The Five Elders are some of the most powerful individuals in the One Piece world. They are also among the endgame villains in the story, and, after Imu, they are the biggest and the most powerful enemies from the side of the world government that need to be taken down. Of course, fans have already seen a glimpse of their powers, except Garling Figarland, who was recently promoted to the rank of an Elder. However, other than him, fans have seen a glimpse of what they are capable of, and how much power they possess. Presumably, the Five Elders will not be directly involved in the upcoming Elbaf arc. However, when the Great War does begin, the Five Elders will mobilize, and they will showcase why they are a feared force in the One Piece world. When that happens, fans will most definitely get to see the Five Elders take on mighty opponents, and these opponents will likely be their last ones. The Five Elders and their powers shown in One Piece. The Five Elders played a significant role in the Egghead Island arc of the story. Here, fans got to witness their abilities, and at the same time, the level of fear that they struck in the hearts of the people. The Elders were truly demonic in nature, and right from the very first glimpse that fans got of Saturn, they could see that he was a force to be reckoned with, and not someone to be taken lightly. It was here that it was confirmed to the fans that the Elders were actually not just political figures, but mighty powerful warriors carrying godly titles themselves. On Egghead, fans got to see the abilities of all the Elders. Starting with Saint Saturn, fans saw that he was the Yokai Gyuki. On top of that, Saturn also possessed all three types of Haki and the ability to use Conqueror's Haki as well. This in itself made Saturn one of the strongest characters in the entire series. However, Saturn died in the Egghead Island arc, which saw Saint Garling rise to take his place instead. As things stand, fans don't know what power Garling possesses, and that is precisely what makes him a special case here. Other than Saint Garling, fans know the abilities of all the remaining Elders. When it comes to Haki, it can be said that all of them possess all three types, and likely the ability to infuse Conqueror's Haki as well. While Haki truly is a plus point for the Elders, it is their Yokai abilities that make them special. Fans got to see the Yokai abilities of every single Elder in the Egghead Island arc. There, it was revealed that Saint Topman Walkuri had the power of a giant boar called Funshi. This boar had incredibly tough skin that couldn't even be pierced by Luffy, and a back that was eternally on fire. Then, fans saw Saint Nusjuro have the power of the Bakitsu Yokai, which was a skeletal horse possessing tremendous speed. Saint Marcus Mars showcased the power of the Itsamade, and this giant bird-like creature possesses strength, skill, and firepower beyond all comprehension. And, finally, Saint Shepherd Jupiter showed the ability of the Sandworm, which fans know to be very unique when compared to the other Elders, and slightly underwhelming. The final opponent of each Elder in One Piece. When the Great War begins, it is highly likely that the Five Elders will be mobilized. Imu will most likely have to fight Luffy himself. This shouldn't be a surprise to any fan. A confrontation between Joy Boy and Imu is bound to happen at some point in the final saga, which essentially eliminates the idea that Luffy will face another Elder at some point later down the line. Luffy is reserved for an Imu. Fans should also remember that the likes of Blackbeard will likely not fight an Elder either. Blackbeard might be involved in the fight against Imu, or scheming so that he could end up becoming the king of the world in one way or another. It is also possible that Blackbeard has already been taken down by this point in the story. St. Ethanbaron v Nusjuro's opponent, Roronoa Zoro. St. Ethanbaron v Nusjuro is a swordsman. More than that, he carries the famed Shodai Katetsu, a sword that interests Zoro greatly. Fans saw a brief confrontation between these two characters in the Egghead Island arc, and Oda essentially set up a battle between these two monsters. It is safe to say that Saint Ethanbaron will end up fighting Zoro in the Great War. This will likely happen when Zoro is already the world's strongest swordsman. Saint Marcus Mars' opponent, Sanji. When it comes to Saint Marcus Mars, fans know that he is an aerial fighter, given that he is the Itsamade. Mars also seems to have abilities related to flame. This makes him a perfect opponent for Sanji. Fans know that aerial combat is Sanji's forte. This would be an incredibly exciting battle, and one where fans will most definitely see Sanji ascend to a new level. His scientific power will be boosted tremendously by this point in the story, and his Haki will be at its peak as well. Saint Garling Figarland's opponent, Shanks. When it comes to Saint Garling Figarland, there is only one individual who will take him down in the story. This person could be red-haired Shanks. This might be confusing to some fans, but this is a straightforward confrontation. Red-haired Shanks is Garling's potential child, which essentially means that a confrontation between him and Garling is inevitable. They are also both skilled Haki users, and hold legendary status. This would be a battle for the ages, and fans will definitely get to see Shanks shine in this battle, provided Oda does showcase it in the story. Saint Shepard Jupiter's final opponent, Trafalgar Law. When it comes to Saint Shepard Jupiter, fans might be in for a surprise, because his final opponent could be Trafalgar Law. Of course, this might seem like it is coming out of nowhere for the fans. However, the idea behind it is quite simple. Law will have to get involved in the fight against the government. But he will have an even bigger incentive to defeat the Celestial Dragons when he finds out that they are directly responsible for the Amber Lead disease and the genocide that was caused in Flevance because of it. Recently, it was revealed in One Piece that the Sapphire Scale disease was caused by Saturn. Curiously enough, the planet Saturn has its own gemstone associated with it in certain mythologies, and it is, unsurprisingly, sapphire. In the case of Jupiter, the stone is topaz, the color of which is amber. While Saturn caused the Sapphire Scale disease, it is entirely possible that the one responsible for the Amber Lead disease was none other than Jupiter. If this turns out to be true, then, it goes without saying that the one defeating Jupiter would have to be Trafalgar Law. Saint Topman Walkyrie's opponent, Boa Hancock. Finally, Saint Topman Walkyrie will most definitely be fighting this war as well, and his opponent could be Boa Hancock. Once again, this might be a surprising pick for many fans, but Hancock is one character who was directly affected by the Celestial Dragons more than any other. Hancock had to endure a brutal childhood at the hands of the government, specifically the Celestial Dragons. For her to not be involved in the battle against the government in any shape or form would be great.